Jesse Lee Peterson is with us. He is the president of the organization called BOND. Jesse, welcome to the program. Good to have you with us, sir.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Do you think that Donald Trump is a racist?
Without a doubt, Donald Trump is not a racist. And it's interesting that Hillary Clinton, after 30 years of knowing Donald Trump, he has never been accused of being racist. And why is it now that he's running against Hillary Clinton that he's called racist?
Well, if he refused to rent apartments to black folks way back when, in the early 1970s, that is evidence of a record of racism, isn't it?
No, it's not. You know, I refuse to rent apartments to certain black folks in this country, and I'm not a racist. I have to tell you, Stuart, there's no such thing as racism. Racism or racist is a word that's been made up by the race hustlers like Hillary Clinton and others in order to keep black Americans angry and keep them on the plantation of the Democratic Party. Hillary Clinton and the Democrats are desperate right now because they know that a lot of black folks do not like Hillary Clinton. They like Bill for a while, but they do not like Hillary. They don't trust her. So they're using that word to manipulate black Americans in order to vote for Hillary.
Jesse, I want your take on this one. A United Nations panel has ruled that the United States should pay reparations to black folks because of slavery. They say blacks are owed for centuries of racism. They also brought up recent police shootings. This is in the United Nations. What's your response to that?
You know, personally, I believe that we need to get rid of the United Nations. They are not the friend of this country. Reparation is not needed in the black community or with black folks. What's needed is to rebuild the family. Black people need fathers and mothers to get married and raise their children in the right way to go. Black Americans are suffering not because of the lack of reparations or racism. They're suffering, those who are suffering due to the lack of moral character.
Jesse,
this country, Stuart, has done more than anybody for black people.
Now, Jesse, today Donald Trump goes to Chicago. Do you expect him to say something like what you've just said to the people of Chicago?
Well, I hope he would speak about the family. I hope that he would talk about closing the borders down, putting a big, beautiful wall around the borders, because illegal aliens coming into this country has had a negative impact on the black community like no one else. I really appreciate the fact that he is going into the communities and talking to the people and not their so-called leadership. And we've been trying to get the Republicans to do that for a long time.
And Jesse Lee, thank you very much indeed for joining us this morning. You'll be back, and that's a promise. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate it.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yes, sir.